Hey guys. All right, let's see. Make sure this is. Yes, we are live. All right. Why does this still say waiting? Hi guys. So I'm here with Jake.
I'm setting up my Facebook Live.
He's doing a Facebook Live. There we go. It has been a while since I did a live in this exact spot. So I'm just going to adjust this slightly. Everybody, patience. You don't really need to see my knees, even though I did shave today. So, cool. I'm here with Jake. And Jake is a filmmaker, a director, a photographer, and a brand new YouTuber, basically.
Yep.
In the grand scheme of things. How long have you had
your YouTuber? Yes.
How long have you had your YouTube though? A while, right?
Okay, I guess you could say I've had it for a couple years, but I've like uploaded a video here, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna do the YouTube thing. I don't do it, and then okay, great, I upload another video, and I'm like, I'm gonna do the YouTube thing, and don't do it. And finally, I said, you know what? I want to actually make films for a living. That's what I want to do. So why am I not making a video every week and putting it up on YouTube? This is silly. That's exactly what I want to be doing for a living. So let's just do it.
Awesome. Cool. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Laura. We got people tuning in. So awesome. I wanted to interview Jake because, well, first of all, I think he's made some of the common mistakes as a YouTuber already with what he was just saying with the lack of schedule and uploading one and, then not anymore, and how uploading at that random schedule, how did that help grow your YouTube, or did it not at all?
I mean, I didn't even consider myself a YouTuber up until about 11 weeks ago, being that I've just put out my 11th episode. Been doing, but 11 weeks ago, well, I should say really it's been like 4 or 5 months ago, I said, okay, the full story actually, we're going to rewind it even longer, was last year, I was like, okay, I want to be a filmmaker, I need to make videos. So I actually I did episode 1 and 2 of my vlog, and never put them out. I was like, okay, I'm going to have at least 4, and then I'm going to start putting them out, because then I'll be ahead, so I'll be able to breathe a little bit. Never put it out.
Who else has done that with their videos?
Oh my god, it's,
I think all of us.
Yeah, and I was also trying to figure out, I was running a company. I mean, I still am. I still have my company, but it was very much, I was putting in 100 hours worth of work a week, trying to figure it out. And I was learning a lot of business at the time. So to have this whole other endeavor of YouTube wasn't exactly conducive at that time for myself. And so flash forward to then this year, I said, okay, really, this is what I want to do. So I'm going to put it actually as priority number 1. And so I took about a month to go hard on editing, and I was 5 episodes, and I basically set a date. I said, okay, great. Starting, I think it was August something. It was like August, whatever, the second August and second Tuesday. Yeah, second Tuesday of August. I was like, good, I'm uploading it then. And I put it in my calendar. And I worked my butt off to edit as much videos as I could before that. And it's been, then I said, okay, 10:30 every Tuesday, I'm uploading. And I've been pretty good ever since. 11 weeks strong.
Now, Jake is him and I are very different styles of editing, okay? He is an actual filmmaker.
I did go to film school.
I'm like a DIYer, right? So I use my cell phone. He has all his fancy equipment. So 2 different ways of doing it. You'll notice, go to his channel and check it out. It's Jake Isham, Isham.
It's spelled like Jake is ham. It's really kind of funny.
Jake is ham, yeah. And I'll post a link down in the description a little bit later. But check out his videos. They are amazing. The quality is just impeccable, and the editing is,
thank you.
Yeah, like.
But that's also what I'm trying to show.
Yeah.
But that's the thing.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to show is the filmmaker aspect of it. While your technical skill as a painter, as you can see up here, and if you ever are able to be fortunate to come into Marcy's house and see this, and you see there's just her paintings everywhere, and you just see how amazing. That's why the quality of your videos is irrelevant, dude. It's at the level that you need to have it at to communicate what you actually want to communicate, which is how amazing of a painter you are.
Well, thank you. Cool. So, as what advice would you give to someone who's like, okay, I think I want to start a new YouTube channel, or I think I want to be a YouTuber, as someone who's like really just getting going, and you're up to what, about 150 subscribers, right?
Yeah, so I think like 130, something like, again, just barely scratching the surface. Just getting started.
Yeah. So, as a brand new YouTuber yourself, what advice would you give to someone else who is thinking about starting a channel?
I'm going to say two completely contradictory things right now.
Okay.
Completely contradictory things. One is figure out your voice, figure out what you want to communicate before you jump into it. And like if you look at Mixed Media Girl and you see all of her stuff, it's all very consistent. The style that she has it, what she paints, and she might try new things, but it's all very cohesive and consistent. And that's one of the things I try to have in my videos is you look at from episode 1 to episode 11 now, it all feels part of a series.
Right.
And it all feels like a TV show where it's cohesive. And I think all the great YouTubers have that. Now, I'm going to give you the completely contradictory thing is find your voice by making videos.
I 100% agree.
You can do it one of two ways. If you know what you want to communicate about, go hard on that and then develop it. I took the time to figure out what that voice was before jumping on YouTube. And you see a lot of other guys. I mean, I love hearing the story of Mr. Beast. We were talking about him before this interview, but he had been making videos for like 9 years, I think. He's been on YouTube since he was 13, and now he's like 23. So 10 years. And he made let me make like video. I think it was Fortnite and all that stuff wasn't even out yet. It was like Call of Duty videos.
World of Warcraft.
Yeah, like World of Warcraft. He did that, and then he was like, okay, let me do like some prank stuff. Let me do some he figured out what his voice was. He knew he wanted to be on YouTube. He knew he wanted to communicate on that channel. And so he just did it. And then eventually, like, I think he left it for a little bit, but his story is great if you go find it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's Mr. Beast in case anyone didn't catch that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll possibly tend to go in a direction of what your audience needs and wants as well. They will let you know that they love this kind of video or they don't really like that kind of video and make more of that. So to add to that, I recommend really listening to your audience as well.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm at like 130 subscribers, and my Facebook Live is yelling at me now, where the audience isn't really telling me. It's my few friends being like, awesome video, Jake! And I'm fighting for every view I get. Like, I'm pushing to get every view I can get on the video. You know, my highest viewed video is 400 views. And so other advice I would say is just consistency, pushing through it, and as stupid as it sounds, clickbait, a good thumbnail, and a good title, that's what's gotten me the most views on my earlier videos.
And you post one a week, right?
I post once a week because with the style that I do, I can't facilitate more than that.
Yeah.
And even once a week.
A lot of editing.
It's a lot of editing. It's a lot of work. We're actually shooting a cool video here today. So that'll be coming out in the next few weeks. But again, where it's literally a few weeks where we're shooting this video now, but we've talked about shooting this video now for 6 weeks now.
Yeah.
I'm finally here shooting it. It won't be up for, hopefully within 4 weeks, it'll actually be up. But that's the length of runway for my type of
Right.
for my type of videos.
Whereas I make a video and it's up in 5 minutes usually.
And I would love to be able to do that, but I'm not interested in doing tutorial videos.
Right, totally different
I'm showing
style.
my craft, which is making films. And as you guys watch movies at all ever, you might know that they take sometimes years to make a movie. And I'm just happy to be able to facilitate trying to put it out once a week. And I'm looking at it as trying to treat it like a TV show. And people tune into, their Grey's Anatomy or their whatever TV show.
We don't really watch
you're
probably
watching
a lot of TV because we're so
nowadays.
busy.
But they're watching that once a week, and I love to be able to. Then there's the other theory of like shoot 6, put 6 up, and
Yeah, do you batch record and batch edit, or do you kind of spread it out?
I had a bunch of stuff that I had shot over the years, and then I was finally editing, putting together.
Yeah.
But now I kind of go on a little, like, I'll go shoot a bunch of stuff, and then I'll just, as it comes and goes, sometimes it really depends. There's no rhyme or reason right now. I've debated kind of taking like a 4-week hiatus and shooting a bunch, and then editing it, and then I have like, okay, great, then I have whatever, another 4 to 6 weeks of content, and be shooting a little bit, doing kind of like 12-week stints of videos. I know that's not going to be good for growth, for YouTube growth, but it's the debate of like growing versus putting out good content. And I think at the end of the day also, it's what are you trying to get out of YouTube? It's what is your goal with YouTube? For me, I had a very specific goal. Was, yes, I'd love to make YouTube a career, that'd be awesome. But at the same time, the goal for me was to practice making videos. Yeah, to make films, to practice that craft. And then instead of having that just sit on my hard drive, on my computer, to actually put it out there.
Right.
Where you're, and in a similar way, you're showing people your craft, and you're using it as an outlet to be able to promote yourself.
Yes. And also making a career out of that.
Yeah, and you're able to, doing that, keep it as another stream of income.
Yeah.
While selling your paintings, while doing all the other cool stuff you're doing.
So that's another good point, is it helps to know where you're going, like what your goal is with YouTube specifically, because not everybody is in it for a full-time job. Like they don't necessarily plan on being a YouTuber and that's all they do. And for some people that is their goal. So
yeah, that's the thing, is like you can use it to, if you want to make it a full-time job, but then if you want to make it a full-time job, you have to treat it like a full-time job.
Right.
You have to work 40 hours a week doing it, and knowing, but it's also not just like a day job where you're walking into a company that's going to pay you whatever $15, $20, $30, $40 an hour to do it.
You're an entrepreneur.
You're starting a new business.
Yeah.
Most businesses take 2 to 5 years to become viable. So think about that if you're starting to do YouTube as a business, that it's going to potentially take 2 to 5 years for you to actually become profitable to live off of it. Right. Doing that, Now
it doesn't need to take that long. I don't want to scare anybody, but do give yourself the time to grow, and you're going to get out of it what you put into it. I put out like a video a day, which is a lot of work. So I had really fast growth. If you're not putting out that much, your growth is not going to be as fast, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know what I mean?
I remember hearing Casey Neistat's story about once he moved to daily vlogging, how his subscriber growth just like exponentially grew. And it makes sense. You're putting out so much content that people are like, oh, let me watch this, let me watch this, let me watch this. Yeah. But they're missing,
and it's more opportunity to get a new audience as well.
Exactly.
With
they're connecting with different people. They're,
Cool. All right. And I think that's about all. But any other things that you've learned specifically that you feel like you should pass on? I mean, I think you're really good with your consistency and
everything. You. Like anything in life, you'll go through the ups and downs on it. And, think of it like working out or being on a diet, or you're gonna have those days where you're like, I'm done. I'm not gonna do this anymore. It's not worth it. No one's watching my videos. It's awful. I hate this.
100%.
Then next week you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I love doing that. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
And then the week after you're gonna hate your life, and you're never gonna want to upload a video, and you're gonna get a hater being like, your videos suck.
Yeah.
I had somebody who I would post the video on Facebook into different groups that I was part of, into an alumni group at my film school, and I had somebody put a GIF on it. It said, "Burn it with fire," and I was like, wow, okay. And I actually stopped posting in that group for the next 3 videos.
Oh no.
And then I said, you know what? No, he's doing that, so I stop posting in that group.
Right.
Then I went back to posting in that group.
Don't let the trolls win ever.
And just realize, look, they're being angry at you because they're probably not doing it, and they are jealous of you. That's where it's kind of coming from a lot of the time. And just keep going through it. And then in terms of growth, there was an analogy, a friend of mine who is a top marketer. He runs campaigns that are like tens of millions of dollars a year. He said, your growth is not going to be proportional. It's not going to be, okay, great, 1 subscriber, 2 subscriber, 3 subscriber, 4 subscriber, and that's not how your views are going to go.
Right.
And okay, great, this video, it's going to go like this. You're going to get 1 view, then the next day 2 views, then the next day 1 view, then the next day 3 views, then the next day 1 view, then the next day 1 view, then the next day 1 view, then the next day 3 views, and the next day 2 views, then the next day 4 views.
Yeah, it's not just like this.
It's gonna go like,
I guess from that
I don't how this is all confusing. It's not gonna go like that. It's gonna go up, down, up, down, up, down.
And so some days I get a bunch of subscribers and no views, and other days I get a ton of views and no subscribers too. So that doesn't necessarily correlate either.
Yeah, so just know that that's what's going to be expected on it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, remind yourself why you're doing it. That's why I go back to is know why, what you're trying to get out of it. And is it you're trying to build a business out of it, or are you trying to promote your business? Or are you just wanting to...
Or just have fun.
Or just have fun. Yeah, and then if you're just wanting to have fun with it, and you don't care about the views, the subscribers, the comments, and that, is know why you're doing it. And be smart about... Because then you can get strategic. Oh, you want to build a business? Okay, great. Learn how to growth hack your YouTube by linking up with other YouTubers that you admire and doing a collab with them and trying to get their audience, or really killing it in your niche, finding your niche. My niche is tough because it's kind of it's more of a personality. And so rather than doing a tutorial based where you have a very specific niche, it's oh, this is kind of life, it's vlogging.
Yeah.
Rather than you have acrylic pour.
Yeah.
It's oh, or resin pouring.
A pretty specific market, yeah.
Yeah, and so just be aware of all of that and don't get discouraged by any of it. I feel like I'm talking a lot, but
so Scarlett said she just wants to produce and sell art hassle-free. I don't think there is such a thing as hassle-free. Just to warn you, everything is kind of work, unless you know someone super famous. But I will say that as someone who's built up a large platform, it's a lot easier to now produce and sell art hassle-free, as you put it. It's a lot easier, and I think once even my platform's even bigger, it'll be even easier. But it has taken a lot of work to get to this point.
Yeah, you're starting a business.
Yeah.
If this girl Scarlett, this woman or girl, I don't know, wants to produce and sell art hassle-free, it's you're starting a business.
Yeah.
That it's gonna take time and effort to start that business.
But it is good to have that goal in mind.
Yeah, but then you know what you're going for, and you can look, okay, great. This week I sold, $100 worth of art. Okay, this next week I sold $200, and you just keep going, and look at what's the goal you're going after, because that's what keeps you going at it.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
65 years old. Understood. Well, there's never too late to start. So
Yeah, but I mean, it's amazing what you've done in just a few
yeah,
few years,
I've
2 years,
had my YouTube channel for about 2.5 years.
2.5
I think a little
years.
less than 2.5 years. Yeah.
And it's, imagine another 2.5 years. It's just going to keep growing at
Yeah.
at a faster rate. You keep putting out, and you're going to be able to sell paintings overnight when you're not even having to do anything. That's the amazing thing with your YouTube channel, is people can watch your videos on your art at any time, anywhere on the planet.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, I like that. You have the link to your eBay, your website, Shopify, whatever it
Yeah.
is. And then they can go buy that art, and they got to watch how you made it. And so they see
It
that
sells
whole
itself,
story.
yeah.
And that's a little bit of what I was wanting to show, was like my journey in the filmmaking way. But yeah.
So Scarlett, there's a lot of options for selling your art. I definitely recommend online. But even with that, there's a lot of options. I do cover a lot of that in other videos. But long story short, for YouTube, have a goal in mind and know what you're trying to do with it. Be very consistent and stick with it. Don't worry about the highs and lows. They're going to be there. And check out Jake's channel, please, guys. Do him a solid and subscribe. And thanks to all of you who joined us. The end.